Good day everyone, my name is Jake Barno Sendon together with my groupmates Sofia Magbanwa, Iona May Mahilong, Bea Lucena Molo, Christine Shane Nunez, and Liza Grace Pablito. We will be discussing lessons 5 and 6 focusing on stability strategy and growth strategy. To start off, I will be discussing stability strategy. We will be defining it, knowing the reason why business adopts such strategy, and distinguishing it from other strategies. To start off, let us define stability strategy. It is a corporate level strategy that focuses on maintaining the current market position of a business. As we all know, corporate level strategies are strategies formulated and implemented by the BOD or Board of Directors. However, let us focus on the statement on maintaining the current market position of a business. As we all know, change is constant in the business world, and such change can be the form of change in trend, market conditions, economic conditions, or even in the internal operations of the business. Now, with such change, a business cannot feasibly maintain their position or their market position or financial performance. This change can consequently lead to competitors superseding the business or making the business obsolete. Now, to avoid this consequence and to address these changes, stability strategies are implemented in order to maintain the market conditions, financial performance, and growth of the business. So we can summarize that stability strategies are strategies implemented to maintain financial performance, maintain market position in response to change. Now that we have defined it, we also have answered as to why do business adopt strategy to maintain their position in the market. But we also have 3 more reasons as to why business adopts such strategy. And first reason is that they are satisfied with the current financial performance. So for example, a business with a 20% profit margin would also want a 20% profit margin or more in the subsequent year. Now, business will either implement the same strategy or implement a new strategy with consideration to change. Another reason is the unfavorable market conditions. The best example here is during pandemic, where arm's length transactions are limited or prohibited. So, in the service industry, specifically in the restaurant business, to avoid closure and financial instability, they partnered up with delivery service agencies such as Foodpanda and Grab in order to transact with their customer and to continue their business despite of the market conditions. And lastly, to maintain their position in the market. As you have observed, there is a common theme here is that being satisfied and to maintain their position in the market or to maintain their financial performance. Now, sometimes this can be mistaken as being complacent, but that is not the case because being complacent and being stable is different. What makes them different is their response to change. So, what differs complacency versus stability is that complacency is the satisfaction of the status quo and the resistance to change, while stability is the maintenance of the status quo in response to change. So let us take an example, a visual example. We have a coffee, 2 coffee shops that is named the first coffee shop as Coffee Complacency and the next is Coffee Stability. So both Coffee Complacency and Stability serve the same coffee all throughout the year, which is black coffee. Now let us take for an example, in the subsequent year, there is a trend that cafe latte is the best coffee. So in the case of Cafe Stability, they implemented or introduced the cafe latte in their restaurant, while in the Cafe Complacency, they still serve the same black coffee. Now, what will be the results? In Cafe Stability, of course, customer will be attracted. At the same time, the Cafe Stability would grow because of being accepting to this change. While being complacency, in Cafe Complacency, the business would still sell the same black coffee, and the result would be there will be a stagnant in the growth of Cafe Complacency, and sometimes it would result to a decline in their performance. So this is what differs between complacency and stability. Is that complacency is that you stay in your safe zone or in your comfort box. You don't you don't accept change, and you find no reason to change. While in stability, you accept change and you adapt to the change. So this is what differs being complacent. And stability is its response to change. Next is we need to distinguish what differs stability strategy from other type of strategy. And the best way to differ it is to apply it during the life cycle of business. So we have here during the seed and development stage and the startup stage, the best implemented strategy is the cost leadership, differentiation, and focus strategy. It is because these three strategies are usually used during the start of a business when the business wants to penetrate the market and establishes itself in the market. Now, once the business has establishes itself in the market, the business would employ the stability strategy in order for them to continue to maintain their market position and at the same time to continue their business in the long run. So, in the stability strategy, it is usually placed in between the startup stage and the growth stage. However, during the stability strategy, it does not stop there. It is a continuous process because, again, stability strategy is used in order to maintain your market position regardless of change and in response to change. So again, stability strategy is not going to stop there. It is a continuous process until during the renewal decline stage or at the end of the business life. The subsequent slides will be discussed by Sophia Magbano. Thank you.
When is the appropriate time and condition to adopt a stability strategy? So, in relation to reasons why stability strategy is employed, the appropriate time and condition to adopt such strategy is when the business is satisfied with current financial performance, when the business wants to maintain their market position, in case the firm wants to make its position stronger in its operating industry, or when an organization does not want to take a huge risk in case the economy is facing a recession. In these cases, nabigid maka-employ sila stability strategy para mahalungan nila ila current market share kag competitive position to avoid unnecessary risk na maka-jeopardize ang ila standing sa industry. Now, these conditions or reasons can be related to the types of stability strategy employed, which are no change strategy. This strategy involves maintaining the status quo and continuing to do what the business has been doing without any significant changes. Sa amo ni na approach, ginamaintain ka company ila current business activities, market presence, kag product offerings. Bali sa amo ni na strategy, ang focus are sa stability kag consistency rather than expansion or diversification. Pause or proceed with caution strategy. This strategy involves taking a break from the current operations to assess the market and other internal factors na maka-affect some business. Bali dide, they temporarily halt or slow down certain business activities or initiatives. Pwede ni magamit when the company wants to reassess market conditions, internal capabilities, or strategic direction before making further investments or changes. Profit strategy. Sa amo ni na strategy, ang focus ara sa pag-improve sang financial performance ng business by reducing costs and increasing revenue. With this strategy, ang company gina-prioritize niya ang pag-maintain or increase profitability through cost-cutting measures, operational efficiency improvements, or pricing strategies. Basically, ang focus is ara sa pag-maximize returns from existing business operations. When businesses achieve stability and are capable of meeting the set objectives, management may take the opportunity to improve the business through the following. Take a second look at the way the firm does things. This is more on evaluating the current conditions, operations, and performance of the business operation, whether kinahanglan revisions, improvement, or if such current operation is sufficient na to proceed to the next stage of the business, which is the growth stage where businesses expand their operations. Invest in talent. After evaluation of the current conditions, management must decide to invest in people na would make the business grow. Relevant to this is those in the information technology na field since gambag siya in terms of convenience, accessibility, networking, communication, and other aspects. Dare to be different. This is where the business comes out of their comfort zone to take risks, to invest in other ventures, or to innovate or introduce a new product. Dili man differ ang stability kag complacency as discussed by Jay kagina. Don't overspend. Achieving stability and amassing wealth does not mean na ang business pwede naka-invest in anything without consequences ng potential losses and unnecessary risk. Despite successful and profitable operations, dapat ang businesses cautious kag smart japon regarding their expansion. So just a quick recap, strategies do not need to change every time a firm conducts its strategic planning sessions. Constant modifications to strategic directions reflect haphazard planning, lack of focus, or a poor understanding of the market and forces that affect the business. Finally, poor financial management may lead to overspending or losing strategic focus, which weakens directional traction. A business should plan its next level of growth under stable conditions. It's easier to clarify a firm's perspective of vision and mission during this period. It may not be immediate, but the idea can slowly percolate in time for the firm's next strategic planning sessions. Next up, we are going to talk about growth strategies, which Christine Shane Nuneza would begin to discuss.
After discussing the stability strategy, let's now proceed to the discussion on growth strategies. When we think about growth, we tend to associate it into development or expansion, diba? Like growth in terms of expanding into new markets, reaching more customers, and increasing market share. But what do we really mean by growth strategy, and why do businesses adopt this kind of strategies? So picture this out. You've got your own business and you're thinking, how do I make it even bigger? Or how do I get or attract more customers and sell more products? Well, that's where a growth strategy comes in. It is basically a big plan to help your company expand and get a bigger part of the market. And it's not just about boosting sales right now, it's about laying down the plan for your business for its long-term success. And as we all know, a company can grow internally by expanding its operations both globally and domestically, or it can grow externally through acquisition, strategic alliances, and mergers. Like, for example, Company A and Company B may merge, forming one unified entity. So that's a merger. So why do businesses adopt such strategy? Well, let's say you're running a company and you are in an industry that's always evolving and expanding. So to keep up and stay in the game, you must grow in order to survive. It's like survival of the fittest out there. So a lot of companies, they adopt these growth strategies to stay ahead of the others or of their competitors. They wanna outshine their competitors, maybe even get into new markets. Plus, diba, the more you grow, the more you sell, right? And that means more money and sales. It's all about increasing those sales and finding ways to cut costs so you can generate more profits in the long run. And there are ways to implement growth strategies. First is penetrating existing markets, developing new markets. Third is developing new products, or diversification and horizontal integration. First off is market penetration, as defined by Cutler and Armstrong in 2009. It is essentially a low pricing strategy. Companies employ market penetration approach to entice more buyers and increase their market share. By offering products at lower prices, companies can attract a larger customer base, ultimately leading to increased market dominance. And to better understand market penetration, one example is the Dito Telecommunication, the newest player in the Philippine telecommunications industry compared to the giants like Globe and Smart Communications. So just like Cutler and Armstrong's definition suggests, the Dito company adopted a low pricing strategy to make an impact in the market, and Dito rolled out enticing offers such as low call and text rates, attractive internet data plans, AC switch plans, and even free SIM cards ang nag-start pa lang sila. And these aggressive pricing tactics helped Dito attract a significant number of customers despite being a newcomer in the industry. So what were the results of Dito's market penetration strategies? Well, by effectively implementing these tactics, Dito managed to have a substantial market share for itself. It successfully attracts customers away from their established competitors and secure its position to be the key player in the telecom sector. And in addition, this market penetration focuses on attracting new customers or convincing existing ones to buy more, typically through tactics such as adjustment product pricing. So, more likely than not, a company won't be able to increase market share by increasing its price. A company can more likely increase market penetration by lowering its prices of their existing product line. So they reduce the sale price to make it attractive and make it affordable for more customers. And also, second is that companies use aggressive advertising as a market penetration strategy to reach a broader target audience like television, print media, and the most popular one is social media advertising. And also, they post in billboards, street corners, and a lot more of aggressive advertising. And next is innovate existing product. Another impactful market penetration strategy is to add more features to an existing product. For example, with the frequent releases of updated smartwatches, not those cell phones or other technological devices. With that, a company can simply improve and offer new benefits. Plus, existing customers that have already experienced the old device's features may be further inclined to upgrade after a positive experience of the product. And last is dealerships and partnerships. So instead of seeking new places to operate, companies may penetrate to new markets by seeking new people to work with. Another example of market penetration is signing up newer partnerships to reach a wider market. And partners and dealers have an extensive geographical presence and they can appeal to newer users for your product, diba? So to reiterate, market penetration is a business strategy aimed at increasing sales of existing products in current markets. It involves persuading customers to choose a company's offerings over those of their competitors and thereby capturing a larger share of the market. So this strategy focuses on attracting new customers or convincing existing ones to buy more. Those typically through those tactics like price adjustments, product enhancements, or promotional campaigns. And for the next discussion of the other methods for implementing growth strategies, let's hear from Liza Pablito.
Hello everyone, I am Liza Grace Pablito, and at this point, I will be discussing with you the market and product development. So as we go through the next slides, we will be able to know the relationship between the market and product development. So now, I want you to think of a product that you believe was successfully developed and launched in the market, and how these products stand out in the market and how it addresses the needs of the customers. So much for that. Now we will delve into the definition of the market development. So what is market development? So the slide shows that the market development is introducing products to a new market that is either untapped or dominated by a competitor. So this development is less risky because it does not require significant investment in research and development or product development. So this development allows management team to leverage existing products and take them to a different market. So it allows companies to identify and explore fresh opportunities. So during the market development, company expands its customer base and increases its revenue. It also reduces reliance on a single market, and it enhances the overall stability of the business or the company. So one example of market development is that a skincare product which is being produced locally or basically here in the Philippines only. So this product is being introduced and launched in an international market wherein the revenue increases and there are fresh great opportunities. So on the other side of a coin, there is the product development. So what is this product development? So the slide shows there that product development is introducing new products other than the current product line to an existing market. So basically it is a cross-sell or introducing new products to existing customers. So one specific example of product development is that the Zoom video conferencing app. So I know that most of you are familiar with this application, which is a conferencing platform which is widely used by the professors and also the students for meetings, for conference, for even classes. So the company developed its products by integrating or adding more features to the application and that it can be utilized by the users effectively and efficiently. So next we have the additional information which is the 7-step product development. So we have the 7 steps here. First, we have the step 1, the idea generation. First, we have to generate the idea of our product development or the idea of producing new products to the existing market. Next is the research. We have to conduct market research for validation or competitive analysis. Next, we have the planning. We have to develop our plan. We have to sketch it. So next, we have the prototyping. Of course, we have to have a sample of our new product. Next, we have the sourcing. Sourcing of materials and production partners. Of course, we have to consider or secure our resources for the new products that we are going to develop. Next is the costing. Of course, we have to consider the cost that we have incurred in producing our new product. So the next and the final step that we are going to do with our product development is the commercialization. So this is the launching of our new product. We have to go to the market to introduce and launch our new product. So the next slide will provide you the relationship between product development and market development. So basically, product development is responsible for creating the product, solving customer problems, and delivery quality and value. On the other hand, market development is responsible for communicating the product which is being produced. So this market development is responsible for communicating the benefits of the products, generating demands, and acquiring and retaining customers. So for our takeaways, product development and market development are vital for the growth of the business. Innovation and customer feedback drive successful product development, while market research and strategic planning are essential for market development. So to wrap things up, product development and market development are essential processes for businesses to innovate, grow, and stay competitive in the marketplace. By understanding the key principles and strategies in product and market development, companies can create value for customers and achieve sustainable growth. So that's it for product development and market development.
Now we will be tackling the third way to achieve growth, which is diversification. Diversification is a growth strategy that involves entering into a new market or industry, one that your business doesn't currently operate in, while also creating a new product for that new market. Now, diversification is a technique used by many organizations to expand their businesses. It is a strategy that helps encourage their company's growth by adding new products and services to their company's offerings. And through these new offerings, the company can pursue business opportunities outside their regular practices and their regular markets. It is also said that a diversified company can enter a new market or a new business industry by either through mergers or acquisition. Why do companies diversify? There are actually four reasons why companies opt to diversify. First is alignment to its corporate vision. Companies often diversify to align their business portfolio with their overarching corporate vision. This alignment ensures that all business activities contribute towards the realization of the company's long-term goals and objectives. Now, a perfect example of this is the San Miguel Corporation, which has the vision of our business will lead efforts to deliver on national goal setting the pace of progress in the Philippines. So San Miguel Corporation or SMC has diversified its business portfolio through various acquisitions across different sectors which focuses on alignment to their corporate vision. There are actually three sectors which they entered. First is the energy sector. SMC has expanded their presence in the energy sector through acquiring and developing power plants in the Philippines, including coal-fired, natural gas, and hydroelectric power facilities. Additionally, SMC has ventured into renewable energy by investing in solar and wind power projects, aligning with their vision of sustainability and environmental stewardship. Second sector they have entered is the infrastructure and utilities. SMC has entered this sector through acquisitions of toll roads, airports, and other transportation-related assets. One notable acquisition is the Manila North Tollways Corporation or the MNTC, which operates several toll roads in Luzon, including the North Luzon Expressway, or as what we have known as NLEX. They also have the Bulacan International Airport Development Project, which reflects their commitment to infrastructure development and nation building. Third sector they have entered is the telecommunications, which they have ventured into the industry through acquisitions and investments in telecommunications companies. In fact, in 2016, SM sold their telecom assets including their majority stake in Liberty Telecoms Holdings Incorporation, 2PLDT Incorporation, and Globe Telecom Incorporation. Now, the second reason why companies diversify is entry in new markets where barriers to entry are high. Through entering markets with high barriers to entry, companies can establish competitive advantages and create new revenue streams, reducing the reliance on in their existing markets for growth. An example of this is the Jollibee Foods Corporation, which is known for their beloved fast food chain that has ventured beyond Philippine shores into international markets with formidable entry barriers, demonstrating their ability to adapt and thrive in diverse cultural and competitive landscapes like the United States, Singapore, Middle East countries, the United Arab Emirates, Saudi Arabia, and Qatar. The third reason why companies diversify is the change in corporate direction because of stagnant growth or government regulations. When companies face stagnant growth or regulatory challenges in their core businesses, diversification offers a pathway to adapt and thrive in changing environments. It's not just about survival, it's about proactive evolution. An example of this is the PLDT company, which expands into adjacent industries such as digital services, media, and e-commerce acquisitions. An example of this is the acquisition of Voyager Innovations, a leading technology company in the Philippines specializing in digital financial services and e-commerce platforms. Another example is they have ventured into the media and entertainment sector through their subsidiary, the Media Quest Holdings Incorporation, which owns major broadcasting networks and content production companies in the Philippines. Now, the fourth and last reason why companies diversify is creating synergies among existing businesses. Diversification isn't just about expanding into unrelated markets. It's also about maximizing the potential of existing business units through synergy. When companies integrate their diverse operations, they create a network of interconnected capabilities that drive efficiency and innovation. An example of this is the Ayala Corporation, which has diversified interests across various sectors, including the real estate, banking, telecommunications, water infrastructure, and energy. Now, the Ayala Land, which is the real estate arm of Ayala Corporation, collaborate with their subsidiary Manila Water to ensure sustainable water management practices in their property developments. Another is their banking subsidiary, which is BPI, that leverages synergies with its other business units to offer integrated financial solutions to their customers. There are three different types of diversification strategy. First is the horizontal diversification, second, the concentric diversification, and third is the conglomerate diversification. Now, for horizontal diversification, it is expanding a company's product or service offering into new markets that are related to its existing business activities. It typically occurs within the same industry or market segment, and their aim is to capitalize on existing expertise, resources, and brand recognition to penetrate new markets and increase revenue streams. An example of this is the Jollibee Foods Corporation, which is originally known for their fast food chain offering Filipino-style dishes. They have expanded horizontally by acquiring other food chains such as the Chowking, which is a Chinese fast food, the Greenwich, and the Red Ribbon. By doing so, GFC expanded its market presence while leveraging their expertise in the food service industry. The second type of diversification strategy is the concentric diversification. It is expanding into new products or services that are related to the company's existing portfolio but may target different customer segments or fulfill different needs. An example is the San Miguel Corporation, which has diversified into various industries such as food and beverage, the San Miguel Beer, Magnolia Packaging, San Miguel Yamamura Packaging Corporation, the energy industry, which is San Miguel Global Power Holdings Corporation, and infrastructure, which is their SMC Infrastructure. Despite operating in diverse sectors, SMC leverages their expertise in manufacturing, distribution networks, and brand recognition across their portfolio. Now, the third and last type of diversification strategy is conglomerate diversification, which is expanding into entirely new and unrelated business areas that may not have any synergies with the company's existing operations. A prominent example of this conglomerate diversification in the Philippines is the Ayala Corporation. They are originally focused on real estate development, which is Ayala Land, and banking, which is the Bank of the Philippine Islands. But they have diversified their company into telecommunications by acquiring Globe Telecom, water distribution by acquiring Manila Water, the energy sector by acquiring AC Energy, and healthcare, which have Ayala Healthcare Holdings Incorporation. This strategy is often pursued to spread risk across different industries and capitalize in new growth opportunities outside your company's core competencies.
So, hi, good evening. I am Bea Molo, and I will be discussing about horizontal integration. So, horizontal integration is one of the commonly used business strategy to gain a stronger foothold in the marketplace. So, it occurs when a company acquires or merges with another company in the same industry that is operating at the same level in the value chain. So companies may pursue horizontal integration to grow their existing business or prevent competitor from gaining a market share. So there are three ways that a company can horizontally integrate. So first is the merger. So merger, this approach to horizontal integration, two separate companies come together to create a newly combined organization. So company A plus company B is equals to company AB or C. So in some cases, the individual brands remain intact while sharing common operations and resources. In other cases, one brand is absorbed by another. So mergers often occur when companies offering similar products or services that have relatively equal positions in the marketplace. So second is acquisition or acquiring another company. So a horizontal integration may also involve one company purchasing and taking over the operations of another company. So company A plus company B is equals to company A or company B. So the acquiring company assumes control of the purchased company, integrating staff and other resources as needed. Business leaders will often pursue horizontal integration by acquisition to procure an advantage in the marketplace. So lastly is the most sad one. It is the hostile takeover. So dire wala na ganiyang company. So it is either by force or a tender offer. So here in the next slide, we can see there are two types of integration. There is vertical and horizontal integration. So again, horizontal integration involves the joining of two companies at the same stage in a supply or value chain. So vertical integration refers to the joining of companies at different stages of a supply chain. So today, makita ta ang horizontal integration. So ara siya sa manufacturer stage or manufacturing stage. So basically ang company manufacturer na siya. So ang iya na i-integrate is manufacturing companies also. So for the vertical integration, so may ara na siya nga company nga producer, may company ma-integrate siya company nga manufacturer, nga naman siya i-integrate nga company nga retailer. So basically, ginasunod niya na ang value chain or supply chain. For the horizontal integration mo ay. So we are now in my favorite part, which is the examples of horizontal integration. But the examples given in the book were kind of boring, so I made a little bit of twist. So the examples given there, first was BDO merged with Equitable PCI Bank, which made it the largest merger that happened in the Philippines with around 614.8 billion assets together. So yeah, the next one was Grab taking over Uber here in Southeast Asia, making Grab as the largest commuting app here in our country and in Southeast Asia. So again, horizontal integration is when a company merges, acquires, or takes over a company in the same marketplace. So an example that I can give is when an auto manufacturer merges with another auto manufacturer. So mapalayo pa ta when we talk about auto manufacturers, cars. We have Formula 1 racing, everyone. So as you can see here in the picture, these are my 4 favorite racers. So first is Max Verstappen from Red Bull Racing. Second is Lewis Hamilton from AMG Petronas Motorsport or the Mercedes F1 team. Third is Zhou Guanyu from Stake Sober F1 team. And lastly is Daniel Ricciardo from Alpha Tauri, but he is wearing Renault, but currently he is in Alpha Tauri Racing. So the first example here is Red Bull Racing merged with Ford. So Bay, ano ato need mag-race? We need an engine. So Ford is an American engine manufacturer. So they have merged with Red Bull as a part of the racing team. So next is the AMG Petronas Motorsport or the Mercedes F1 team. So what else do we need when we race? What does a car need to make it run? So it needs fuel. So Mercedes F1 team merged with Petronas. So bay nga wala Mercedes sa pangalan, pero may Mercedes nga logo. It is probably in their contract sa merger nila nga the Petronas will be the main name of the racing team. The next example is, a little bit dramatic. Sober F1 team is the team itself. So Sober F1 team goes way back in Formula 1 history. So last 2018 and last year, they were merged with Alfa Romeo. So Alfa Romeo was their chassis provider. So chassis is the body of the car. So Alfa Romeo provided Sober F1 team an excellent chassis. But unfortunately, contracts end. Maybe they were satisfied with the results they had, which was kind of mid for me. Or maybe they were like unsatisfied with the results, so they decided to end their contract. But it was kind of bad because they ended it mid-season last year, so they left Sober hanging. So this is where Kick entered the chat. So mamakot ka mo, what is Kick Bay? So Kick is the same with Discord. It is also a streaming platform. So you will also ask, Bay, kinanglan ta chassis, kinanglan ta engine, kinanglan ta fuel, but nga kinanglan ta streaming. So a car goes 250 kilometers per hour. So they need a streaming platform to know what is happening live inside the car. So they need to broadcast it. So that is where Kick entered. So they catched or ginsalo nila ang Sober when Alfa Romeo decided to end their contract. And you might get confused because Kick decided, maybe in the contract it was written that Sober F1 team will be called Stake Sober F1 team, nga hindi Kick. So yeah, maybe it was in their contract nga mo nang itawag. And also there was a news that Alfa Romeo ended their contract when they found out that Sober had a business with Audi without letting them know that Audi will be taking over Sober F1 team. So personally, Audi is a nice car, but it is not good. It is not, I haven't seen Audi in racing. I can't see Audi as in racing, but they provide good chassis. Their car is very durable when it comes to its chassis. But for its engine, I don't really think so. But you might find me wrong. Just it's my personal view. So yeah, that's it for the examples of horizontal integration. So last na lang guys, I will be giving the quick recap for growth strategies. So my team provided an illustration for us to understand better growth strategies. So this matrix or this illustration is called Unsolved matrix. So this is used to evaluate the relative attractiveness of growth strategies that leverage both existing products and markets versus new ones, as well as the level of risk associated with each. So it features products on the x-axis and markets on the y-axis. As you can see here in the legend also, there is the relative risk, 1 as the lowest and 4 as the highest. So as you can see here, the first one is the market penetration. So the concept of increasing sales of existing products into an existing market. So market development focuses on selling existing products into new market as the second one. Third, the product development, which focuses on introducing new products to an existing market. So diversification, lastly, is the concept of entering a new market with altogether new products. So market penetration is the least risky in relative terms. So the second one is the market development strategy. The next least risky because it does not require significant investment in research and development or product development. Rather, it allows a management team to leverage existing products and take them to a different market. So, third, the product development. So, a business that firmly has the ears of particular market or target audience may look to expand its share of wallet from that customer base. So, that is product development. So, that is the third risky. So, the fourth risky, the most riskiest of all, is diversification. So, a diversification strategy is generally the highest risk endeavor. After all, both product development and market development are required. While it is the highest risk strategy, it can reap huge reward either by achieving altogether new revenue opportunities or by reducing firms' reliance on a single product or market fit. So that's it for this illustration. Next, for the quick recap. So, a business may choose to adopt these strategies to grow its business by outflanking competitors in the industry they currently compete in or intend to penetrate. So, next one is the business access to capital. The 5 forces of competition and political, economic, sociological, technological, environmental, and legal factors all have a role in how well this strategy works. So basically, there are other factors that the company needs to consider for these strategies that we discussed to work. Slide for the quick recap. So strategies such as market penetration, market development, product development, diversification, and horizontal integration are used by business to achieve their next level of growth. But it will solely depend on the company on what they will use. So they can view the matrix to see the risk level of strategies they will be using. So that's it